The Monday night matchup for NFL Week 4 is Detroit at Seattle. Seattle's a 9.5 or 10-point home favorite, and Seattle does have a few issues this year, but nowhere close to the issues that Detroit is having. We will analyze this game with Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com. I'm Peter Loshak, and you're watching SBR Videos. All right, Joe. The Lions, a lot of issues, right? 0-3 straight up and against the spread, and I'm not seeing anything that indicates they'll be able to change that anytime soon. They don't have much of a pass rush, and probably most importantly, they're not getting any protection from Matt Stafford, so that's making them, deal with interceptions and fumbles and turnovers, and the offense is becoming more conservative as a result. They just look like they're having some major issues that won't be fixed anytime soon. Seattle got a blowout win at home against the Bears last week, and I think we might see a similar result here. It's just I just don't see how Detroit's going to be able to muster any kind of an offensive attack here unless they can change something in a hurry. What do you think? Do you think maybe that Seattle, even at 9.5 or 10, has value, or a play with the under at 43?
Well, we definitely knew that Seattle was certainly better than their 0-2 start indicated. Admittedly, one of my few losers last week was Chicago for reasons I explained in the analysis. I thought Chicago was a pretty good play. Little did I know that Chicago was going to completely shut down the offense with Jimmy Clausen. They didn't even try to pass the ball at all in that very controversial call that should have gone Chicago's way on the punt, et cetera. But Seattle, look, Cam Chancellor, he returned to the defense. I don't think he's the sole reason by any stretch of the imagination. It helped, with Chicago's play calling with their backup quarterback. That's why their defense looked a lot better. But really the key here is going to be Marshawn Lynch for both the side and total. But when it comes to the total, not in the reasons that some people may think. If Lynch doesn't play, I believe that would actually be better for the over because Seattle's going to have to open up their offense to compensate. Marshawn Lynch, to me, he is one of the best defensive players in the league. Why? Because he keeps the defense off of the field. So if Marshawn Lynch does not play, I think maybe the sharp play would be on the over. But if it does look like he's going to play, yes, I would say certainly the under, especially with Jimmy Graham becoming a bigger part of the offense. And for the reasons you said, Detroit, look, I know everyone's saying that they're missing Ndamukong Suh, but it's not really. It's not as if he's playing spectacularly. Anyway, Detroit, I think, though, their defense is a little bit better than they've shown this year. So all in all, I think the under is a good play. But before I make that official, I would see what Marshawn Lynch's status is. And again, maybe counterintuitive, if Seattle is without Lynch, I actually think that improves the chances of the over.
I hear you. Well, there's a lot of NFL games that I'm thinking that I'm going to be betting, and some I have bet already this week. This one, though, I feel it's probably going to be a pass for me, but my sense is that we're going to see a similar result to what we saw last week with the Bears. So is this going to be a pass for you for the purposes of our record keeping in these videos, Joe? You want to make a pick?
Yeah, it is going to be a pass. But like I said, I also think that Detroit's really going to try to get Amir Abdullah to establish the run. And if they can get him really running, I think Detroit will play a much more conservative one. But it will be a pass because as we record this, a little bit too much uncertainty on the injury report.
All right, Joe, but there's some games this upcoming week that you feel very certain about. They are already your official picks at your website, offshoreinsiders.com, right?
Yes, we got a bunch in college, a bunch in pro, and I'm updating them constantly. So the best thing is, even if I gave you exactly how many I had by the time so people access it, probably going to be more plays up. Just visit offshoreinsiders.com. 28 years of winning Saturday, Sunday, doing great. Offshoreinsiders.com is all the details.
Okay, thanks, Joe.
Thank you, Peter.